Guys, welcome back. What is going on? How are you doing? Yes, we're back in Ableton. Actually, I think we were just in Ableton. By the way, did you watch the 3D digital art hangout? Did you enjoy it? You don't have to download the free version of Blender, which it's free. Believe it or not, people actually do good things in the world. It's open source. It's amazing. Watch it to get ideas, and maybe I'll teach you some 3D digital art sorcery. But we're in Ableton today. Oh, and I know most of you are turning in for that Ableton hay. We're going to be getting it. We're going to be making that hay, and we're going to be doing something great with Wavetable, which is like the best synthesizer. Wavetable synthesis just gives you so many amazing abilities to do so many amazing things. And today we are going to start with a question. And that question is a bit of a loose question, you know, because we're more about exploring. Maybe we get off topic, we then come back onto the path. You know what I'm saying? Hope you're doing well on your spiritual path. In any event, what we want to do is we want to say, because I got this idea. Can you use Wavetable almost like a sampler? And because Wavetable gives you the abilities to do so much with what's in here. So like look at the Wavetable, the wave pool. Maybe let's call it wave pool. You know, it's like something about pools. You know, like look at this. Now let's hit a note. So if you want to think about it, so you see this wavetable, right? You know, oh, we go through the wavetable, yeah, that's cool. I like swimming in wave pool. So look at this yellow line. This yellow line says this is what your oscillator is. And if you don't, and as you guys know, in sound design, if you do not have an oscillator with some sort of a waveform in it, you got nothing, okay? So let's just illustrate this further right here. Let's drop an analog on, and you don't have to do this. I'm just, because you know I'm a teacher, right? I'm not just on here to hear myself talk. So when you got you got a basic synth. Oh wow, this computer is burning me sensitive skin right here. What is your waveform? Oh, it's a square wave, you know. It might be a sawtooth wave, or maybe even a sine wave right here. That's it. That's what you start with, and then you do whatever you want to do, right? You know, what if we dropped an operator right here? Look at the wavetables. Well, right now we're on a sine wave, and then we can also have a saw wave. Saw waves are kind of cool. They're a little bit too scary for me, you know. I think they show up at the party, and everything starts getting all crazy and hectic. But then you got square waves. Square waves are a little bit nicer, a little bit cooler. You know what I mean? So like you're always using like an oscillator of some sort, and then you will apply a filter. You'll apply other sorts of processing. And with Wavetable, it's the same thing. This yellow line, not this table, but this yellow line, wherever it is, from left to right, that's your oscillator. And you got all these cool things to play around with. Like, look at this one. This one's like, ooh, it's like a ridge, like you're gonna fall off the ridge. You know, all these cattle are running this way, you know, like in those movies or that car chase, and then just, woo, and you jump off that, you know, the cliff or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Someone said, hey, I know about that, but I want to hear what it sounds like. What you? Weird. It doesn't make a whole lot of noise when you move it around. That's pretty awful, right here. Let's click the semitone down a little bit. I just want to know what it sounds like, basically. That actually sounds absolutely awful when you move it around. Why is that happening? It's not peaking. Take this frequency down a little bit. That sounds absolutely horrible when you move it around. They goofed on that one, but that's okay. That's okay, because we are in gratitude today. We are feeling good. Thank you to the Ableton overlords up there. Let's keep moving on. I'm actually just going to delete this and put a default wavetable on there. Just start from scratch, because that makes people feel better. How are you doing? Have you bought an NFT yet to support your boy? By the way, it's fun, dude. Crypto wallets. Crypto stuff, it's fun. It's fun using those decentralized applications, or dApps as we call them. And you can even do some DeFi. You know what that stands for, decentralized finance. Have you started investigating that? That's probably why we're going to do a crypto show, because it's fun. And yeah, if you thought crypto was just like finance and payments and stuff, no, like video games are going to be created on blockchains, and you can like own all of your in-game content, which you can't really do right now, and then you can sell it to people, and it's really cool. And it's basically going, the blockchain technology is going to be interpenetrating everything, but we're going to be interpenetrating the Wavetable today. See if we can use it as a sampler. So you got all these Wavetables, and take a look at this, right? Wherever this yellow line is, going from left to right, it's being looped. What do you commonly do in a sampler? You take a waveform, whether it's a little tiny, little waveform like this, or it's a big piece of audio and there's typically a loop, and you will loop it, and when you loop a small part, small enough, it gives you a very rich, harmonically dense sound. And so what Wavetable lets you do is from left to right, wherever this is, left to right, it's going to repeat this. This might only be like 5 milliseconds, but when you loop it, you get a continuous sound, right? And then you know what I'm saying? And if you play a low pitch, you then get a lower bassier tone, and vice versa. So what I want to say is, if I were to be, let's say, taking a small little oscillator thing that maybe I craft in Sampler, rather than using Sampler's controls, because we've got all of these amazing different controls down here, we even got these unison modes, all of this interesting modulation capabilities, could I in theory take that and import it into here? And we do have the ability to drop samples in here, but I want to see if I can create my own little unique short samples, like I would mess with them in Sampler or Simpler, which are just both sampling devices in Ableton. One's more complex, one's like less complex. And could I throw that in here and then give us the ability to... Kind of sounds like a didgeridoo. Especially like if you're from the Australia continent and you know about that didgeridoo. Or didgeridoo. Okay. Hey, you gotta take yourself seriously. Be your own best friend. Up and chill. I remember hearing someone back in the day, they were like laughing about some crazy goofy thing they said, and they were like, boy, if I didn't laugh at my own jokes, I think I'd be dead right here. They might not have said it like that, but apparently I like talking this way now because it's interesting for y'alls out there. And we're getting deep. Up and chill. So, before we get into the meat and the potatoes of the Wavetable, I'm actually going to open up another MIDI track, and I'm going to illustrate this even further for you. So, let's put a sampler on here to show you what I want to do, and then do in Wavetable. Oh, but we're not actually using Sampler anymore, we're actually using Simpler nowadays. You already knew that. Because everyone has Simpler. And I'm a man of the people. You don't have to love and believe and feel everything I say, but I think you can tell I am a man of the people, brother of the people, whatever word, family member of the people, kindred spirits, you know what I'm saying. And smash a like if you are too. So let's drop a sample on here. Now I want to drop something very, very small to start, and you guys get to learn about something very cool that we've covered before briefly. So you can add folders in here, and I want to mess with this folder called AKWF, and you can download it. It stands for Adventure Kid Waveforms. And like before, like Wavetable synthesizers were so good, like people would just make their own little like waveforms, like these very, very short sounds. And like, let's throw this in here. I don't like the way this looks. No, let's go back up. I want a prettier looking one. I don't want like chaos. Oh my God, did somebody say Chaos Lady has come into the building? Everyone bow down to the Chaos Lady. No one bow down to the Chaos Lady. She is hungry with power, and we don't exert power over people. So Chaos Lady, I'm going to speak for everyone and say, go to the back of the room, get out of here. You got to be bringing the love. You got to chill. If you're going to be about your chaos, chill. So anyway, so like, look at this. Look at this little yellow line. Is it not the same as this yellow line? Not this table, you silly gooses. Wherever this yellow line is, left to right. It's short, probably only a few milliseconds, and just like this. So I want to know if I come up with my own little thing like this that isn't like, by the way, you can download this Adventure Kid waveform pack, like just like Google it or something. So if we inactivate it, that sounds like shit. Well, of course it sounds like shit because you gotta loop it. You gotta loop it up and chill. Oh, that was amazing. You is me new favorite best friend right now. Well, I should have been a long time ago because I've been doing this for a long time, like teaching this technique. So go watch. So you better go watch some more SDHO. So now let's play chord. Now, notice there's no audio effects on this. Yeah, I've got an EQ. Yeah, I got a compressor. But no, it sounds good. Wonderful, wonderful. And this is very short. What is this, 12 milliseconds? And of course, you could come into here into the control panel. And you could even go to the envelope page and give it some envelope. Make sure you got to put a mount on there. And you should probably give it a little bit of a release right here. And probably more release over here on the volume envelope right here. Someone said, hey, you know, that's a beautiful sound, but could you play it higher up? Of course. Transpose it up, silly. You know that song. This song's from a long time ago. I don't even know what that is. So anyways, I wanted to know, could I do something like this? Well, we got the waveform. Do you think that the lords of Wavetable will let us use it? Well, of course they will. But will it allow us to do what we want to do? Because as you know, you can drop your own samples up into the Wavetable. And we've done that at least 2 times on this channel. By the way, don't feel overwhelmed. You don't have to watch every SDHO. Most of them I say what we cover, but there's also ones where there isn't a title, and you can just go in there and just enjoy yourself and just watch one and just have fun. We hang out. This isn't just about Ableton. It's about camaraderie. You know what I mean? And I haven't had a whole lot of camaraderie. That doesn't matter because let's say we're getting there. You know what I mean? Like we're on this path, this journey together, and we're becoming more of who we are. We aren't becoming something different. Don't get scared. We're not becoming something different. We're becoming more of who we are, which means that more of what we aren't is falling away. Do we need to get into the spiritual show, SDHO? Should we even do that? I don't even know. Maybe. Or we'll just stick to Ableton. Who knows? Or I'll just do whatever I feel like doing. I can do that because I'm not getting paid at all from any of this stuff, you know, which is fine, you know, buy an NFT. But like, that's the thing, man. We're just hanging out. We're just having fun and we're learning things. So we're not just hanging out and you're listening to some person, like we're learning stuff too. And smash like, subscribe. Wonderful, 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 wonderful. 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 So, I'm going to go to another folder. In fact, I'm going to just drag this here so we don't lose it. Look, it's in an audio track now. I mean, not much would happen because this is like 12 milliseconds. This is an oscillator. Remember? This is an 333. Did you see it? Did you see it? So, what I want to say is, let's go over to Wavetable. And if you come over here and you go to User, drop sample here. So I think we already solved it. It's a sampler. Anytime it says drop sample here and you do all this shit, better bet your sweet behind that it is a sampler. So I wanted us to not only learn and have fun, but I wanted you to think about this in like different ways, because sometimes we can overcomplicate stuff. Someone's like, oh, then I gotta learn operator, and then I gotta learn analog, and then I gotta learn wavetable, and like I'm just trying to figure out how to like put a kick drum on a track. That's ridiculous. No, you don't have to make it like that. And if you know what I mean, this should really be fun. So you can put anything here, okay? So I'm gonna go to a different thing. I'm actually gonna go to Ziphound Sound, and like, yeah, you could drop like a sample of rain. I'll try to get a shorter sound. Whoa. It might only... Why are you not allowing me to drop a sample here? These are samples. What is going on? That's so weird. Maybe it's because these are like... Oh, this is horrible. Okay, so you can't drop an M4A, which for whatever reason, whenever I like send audio files from my phone to my computer, it does it in this like .m4a format, so maybe that's why these aren't popping up. But like, if I go to samples, look, whatever this is, what is this? It's just like a weird thing. This is just an audio track. I'll just call this audio track. So like this is waveform. If we play it, it's just a quick little, so like it's probably only gonna let you drop like wave files and like Ableton files in there. Just experiment with it. So like, look, it put it here, okay? So like, what is this? This is a sample. This is a sample. This is where they all are. We're dropping it in Wavetable, and we're playing Wavetable as a sampler. But see, Wavetable's the most advanced sampler. Like, look at all these. We can modulate anything. We've got these unison modes. We've got these interesting warping modes. Make sure you have the right track enabled, guys. Let's push raw. Raw does something. Always play with that raw when you're throwing in your own samples. Because look at it right here. Right here, it's like trying to guess. So like, look at this yellow, left to right. Look at it left to right, okay? It's this, okay? But it has to like, basically what it does and is it's taking this left to right and it's trying to like suppose what it would be if you like stretched it up and down. But when you click raw, it really turns it into, look, it looks like a hill. It looks like if we were running around in a hill. Someone said, hey, that sound was so good, I just soiled my bridges. I actually don't know what the hell bridges is. So if that's like weird, then just stop, whatever. This doesn't sound so good, right? A little bit of movement, doesn't sound too bad. Listen to this, Richia. So with these like sounds, you're gonna want to get up in there, Richia. Let's get another MIDI track, because I don't want to lose that. I really like that, and I want to come into instruments, drop the Wavetable, and I want to drag in our Adventure Kid waveform, Richia. You don't have to go to user and then drop it in. You can basically just drop it in from anywhere, Richia. Now look at it. Now listen to it. Okay, where are we? Remember this? Remember this guy? Well, it's not the same one. It sounds so high pitched. Well, just lower it, you silly dog. I don't. Wonderful. So like we're using this simpler. It's very simple. But now we've got it in here. But if we move it, we're not getting much change. That's why we click the raw button, because we're raw up in here. Now it might not give us a very pretty waveform, but listen. That's wonderful modulation that we now get. But now listen without raw. Not as much. You gotta click the raw because we're raw up in here. You know, guys, the way that I see it, and you can let me know your thoughts, is not to be oversimplified here, but I feel like in life, you know, we've got so much crap thrown at us. Like, oh, you've got to be so pretty and beautiful, and you have to like be all like muscular and like sexy and stuff. That's bullshit, dude. That's big companies trying to like play on our insecurities. But like, if you think about it, you know, you've got simple. You've got simple, then you've got like complex. Yeah, Ken, message to Ken in the future. Let's cut that part out. So yeah, listen to the beauty of it again. Let's do it again. Without raw, we're basically just throwing it in. A little bit of movement, that could be cool with raw. And what's cool about that is that now you can go into LFO. I'm going to turn retrigger off. Actually, no, leave it on. 1 hertz is too fast in my opinion, just for a little bit of movement. Going to the matrix. By the way, have you guys escaped the matrix yet? And by the way, I've been talking about that for years. So if you think that I'm saying that because I listen to a certain person who like says that a lot, I actually don't. I've been talking about that for a very long time. And if you want to know more about a lot of my thoughts on that, then you better buy an NFT. Let me know. Hey, set up your Patreon so we can have private videos. No, I'm not doing OnlyFans. That's not what I'm saying. Although maybe I should in a couple of years, right here. No, trust me, you don't want to see me like that. Trust me, you don't. Man, we're having fun, are we not? I'm just playing my laptop keyboard. Okay, so the first thing is that we can throw a sample in here, a really short one. And even if we didn't have the ability to do that, which we would just inactivate by raw, we would still be able to use all the things like this. Got our filter. And then we've got these. So like immediately there, I have no idea. I used to like to take those little short single cycle waveforms, throw them into a simpler, you know, like a sampler, and then do that. But now knowing I have all these things, I don't need to use the sampler anymore. And then I'm able to take that LFO that we were just messing around with and take that on the oscillator. Yeah, I don't like that. And it just gives it movement because it's much more interesting when it slowly moves. It seems more real, more organic than when it doesn't. So yeah, we can do it. But now I want to go a step further. And by the way, we were doing it over here. Always, you know, I love the way that sounds, actually. So yeah, we can do it. Now you might say, what if I don't have that Adventure Kid little waveform? Well, we didn't need to. We just clicked a random sample of like a short, quick, crappy bass sound. Like, listen to this. That's it. And we were able to do all of that. But what if I want to do something different? What if I want to like make my own little short sound? Do I even have a way to bounce that to audio and like jump it in there? Well, let's see. Let's see. I'm trying to figure out if I can close these panels or not, if I have to like keep them around. I'm going to close all these panels and open up 2 MIDI tracks right here. Okay. By the way, how you guys doing? Did you escape the Matrix? I need to stop saying that. Simple. And I don't know. I don't care what it is. I just need a sample. Doesn't matter. You gonna give me samples or no? Are you? What are you doing? Okay, analog blue. It doesn't matter. What I want to do is I want to loop. Very small. And what I want to do is I want to go very small in here. Gonna unarm this one, arm this one. So you see, you get the same thing. See this little like left to right? Let's put this at a 0 crossing. You don't need to. Whenever it's not, you get more of like a little pop, which you might like because it cuts through the mix. See, but then you go to here. And you would like do like a 0 crossing or something. Now what I'd like to know is, what if I want to put this, and I don't know if I'm going to be able to do this. This was kind of like the crux, like I did all the setup. The crux was like, if I found a thing like this and I'm like, listen, like I want to mess around with this, okay? I want to mess around with this, you know, I want to take the filter frequency down, but I want to do all that other stuff that Wavetable let us do. And so like I want to get, like now I have this, like this is, look at this, this is this. But I just want to put this in here. So like, does it let me crop a sample? Wonderful. Step 1 complete. Now, how do I get this into the wavetable? This isn't, you know, this isn't even musical. This is just technological. Can I get it in there? Let's see. You know, I got an idea. Might not be the right idea. I've got an audio track here. I'm going to turn off loop. First of all, I'm going to right click and see if we got any kind of weird things. No, we don't got any weird things. Listen, that's what it sounds like if you don't loop it. But if you loop it, gross. Shift that down a little bit. Open up that filter. Let's actually turn the filter off. That might affect our ability to export it. Like it might come with like reduced frequencies. Turn off the loop. I just want this. Because I want this in Wavetable. It'd be cool if you could like right click on this and it's like convert to Wavetable. So what if I go in here, double click. This is what I'm playing. No, I want it to play at C3. So I'm going to do C3 and I'm just going to click legato. It doesn't, now if I click play, listen, it's going to be really quick. That's all I want. So here with this audio track, resampling, which we could, you know, we could have just clicked the 100 analog blues track if you're more comfortable with it. Pre-post, I always get confused with this stuff. Just whatever. And you have to like, and then let's do, there we go. Now that should be the same thing, my friends. Let's just grab this one in case it's better, right here. And let's zoom in right here. I want to, I just want that beginning part. Am I able to do it? I don't even know. This is annoying because I'm normally like so good at doing all this crap. Oh, maybe we got to go over to here. Where are we? No. Where is that? Yeah. 666. We can't use this because we have to click this orange button up here. Do you see this orange button? And that, I think, will actually stop my recording of my voice on here or the recording of Ableton. So yeah, we actually can't do that. What I want to do is I want to take this incredibly short little thing, which goes from like here to here. And I want to like, come on, crop sample, baby, come on. Do we do it? Let's just see what it sounds like when you like loop it. Come Come on, let us move it in. It might not actually matter, to be honest. So what I wanted to do is like, I wanted to be able to cut this waveform and then throw it into Wavetable. There might be another way to do it, actually. Like if you had your own. So like, remember when we were doing that like Adventure Kit stuff? Memba? User library. Where was it? Ken Sounds. What the hell would it be called? Ken Sounds. Why would that ever be the name? Remember? Like this. See, it's like the same damn thing. You just need like an audio editor, imager thing. I think what you actually do is you can like go very small in here. But in order for me to like, see how it's grayed out? I can't drop anything in there. I have to click this triangle. But the second I click the triangle, it stops recording my thing. And I'm like, I'm not about to do that because then it's like harder for me to match things up when I like put this in Final Cut Pro and make that wonderful video production for Chaw. How you doing, by the way? How you doing, by the way? How you doing, by the way? Oh, baby, I love. Oh, hey, Chonkush. Chunky, jump up on a couchy. Jump up on a couchy. Couchy, jumpy. Jumpy, couchy. Come on, Chunky, jumpy, couchy. It's good. Especially like if you have a dog or something. Or a cat. Okay, so, yeah, this is going to probably be the smallest thing we're going to be able to get unless we are able to go right here. Crop sample, please, 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 guys, please. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Oh, no. This must be the lowest. But we're going to be able to make it work, right, here. Merlin's such a sweet person. Drop it. Wonderful. Now, what would be nice is if I could cut... Maybe it doesn't even matter. So now listen, guys. Make sure you only have the track you want to hear armed. Otherwise, you'll hear multiple tracks at multiple times. Okay. Lower the semis. Go to raw. Now, what happens if before I push raw? A little bit of movement. Push the raw. Oh, it doesn't work. I don't know why. Turn off raw. Now, look at it right here. Look at it from like left to right and then stoop. This, I think, is the dead silence. So, like, it would be cool if you could, like, adjust that somehow. Maybe you could. Yeah, now it's all... Now, it's not changing that much when I do it. Now, something tells me if it was, like, smaller and, like, clearer cut, we could do it. Well, like, let's do it. Let's just do it. Let's honestly just do it. If you ever have a question whether you should... Oh, that didn't sound... Just move it. Whether you like it or not, let's give some of that LFO to the filter frequency. Let's go. Oh, see? But where's the filter? I want to modulate the filter. Why is the filter not in the matrix? Well, it's because the filter escaped the matrix. Let's give it a round of applause. The filter said, listen, you've lied to me my whole life. I'm not going to believe your lies anymore. So it escaped the matrix. Oh, but you don't actually escape the matrix. What you do is you're still in, but you've expanded beyond, and now you're a wizard. Smash like if you was a wizard. A wizardress. Actually, I think like the female version of wizard is, I believe, high priestess. Smash it like if you was a high priestess. Smash it like if you was a wizard. Because the planet, the frequencies is changing. You's becoming multi-dimensional. You's becoming quantum. And it's not always easy to get to that state of consciousness. You have to go through a lot of pain. So if you're going through some tough stuff, I'm here for you. Maybe we can talk about that real hippy dippy trippy stuff, the esoterics, the metaphysics. When you all want to join the Patreon, show me that you want to by buying some NFTs. I don't think anyone's bought one yet. Okay, whoa. Now look at this fold. Someone said, hey mate, if I could modulate that fold, I would probably die a happy man. Could you please do it? Because it's kind of right now making me think about it, and if you did not do it, it would make me go mental. Okay, let's go. Look how it's changing. See the yellow? It's like... Oh, it's so unique. I love it. I love it. Maybe do the tiniest modulation on resonance, because why not? Click on resonance if it's not popping up. Oh, and I'm so sorry. By the way, when you need to know, you go to click the frequency. If the frequency is not popping up, then you give it some of that. No, I don't want LFO 2. So click 0, and then I'll go about chill. No, I don't like that either. Oh, they're both used up. Oh my God, what do you do when they're both used up? Oh no! Well, you just add another LFO, silly. By the way, this free running LFO that Ableton gives you, if I don't even know what other program you would use other than Ableton, but if they don't give you this functionality, you have to be able to go in and be able to like map to anything. Because if you can't do that, you know, whether you're using plugins or whatever, because you need to be able to do that with those plugins as well. Like if you're a plugin person, whatever, just give me the best version of Ableton, give me a sandwich, give me a pot of coffee, maybe give me a little bit of that birracha, and I've got enough to go on. Smash like if you've got enough to go on, and if you don't, I pray that you get it. Hang out with me. We're gonna have a good time. Lower that depth. So yeah, guys, yeah, you can use Wavetable as a synthesizer. Simple and plain, simple and plain. You know it, you love it. And that was it. That's all I wanted to know. Now, here's what I would do, okay? Because I can't leave you guys, because when I leave you guys, I cry nonstop. Like that's the only reason why I make SDHOs, because when I'm not making SDHOs, I'm just crying 24 hours. Just so you know, because I know a lot of people have this thing, they think like my uncle, he's a sweet human being, and every time he like might start about to cry, he's like, I know I shouldn't cry. No one should ever cry. And I'm like, dude, you're old. Like people like were insane when you were young, and they told you couldn't. That's like the most natural thing. I said, what you're doing, Ratchia, is it's a release. When if you cry, like it's a release. You know what I mean? So you should honor it, because when you release, the energy that's tense gets to like dissipate. It's very healthy. Isn't there like some like video game where like the main character cries and then drinks his tears and he becomes like powerful? I have no idea. So like, look at this, okay? See all this like flat line here? That's dead space. So if we could, we would cut it to here, okay? So then we would have this. And that's what we would throw into Wavetable. Now it still sounds good like this, right? Whether we do raw, in this case, raw didn't help. It got confused. I think it just got confused. And they can play with the warp. And so, is that just giving you crazy sound? No, it's not just giving you crazy sound. It's allowing you to say, like, do I want to introduce or remove harmonics? And like, and to basically make it play the way that you would like to make it play. And you can change these with like different warping algorithms, different modulations here in the matrix, by the way, so you know what's going on. And so that was really what I wanted to achieve today. And the answer is yes. I kind of knew the answer was yes. I mean, I know we can take any sort of sample, which don't do an M4A. I don't really know why. Like when I record pieces of audio with my phone, it's like, I'm pretty sure it's a WAV file, but like when I throw it into when I send it to my computer, I don't know if it like, I don't know, like, so it'll obviously take certain samples, but if you throw a WAV file in there, if you throw any sample in there, which is like an AIF file, which I think is what Ableton like turns it into, I'm not really sure, but you can do that, but you don't have to do that. Like just use all this stuff. Like let's just click filter. Click sub to give it some sub if you need some sub. Wow, that actually sounds like waves. That's a tough sound to sound design, man. Let's get off. Oh wow, Wavetable's beautiful. So yeah, you can use Wavetable as a sampler. So yeah, that's that. That was fun, wasn't it? I have to do like fun things like that now. Otherwise, if it's just like, well, first of all, Surf That Wavetable is gonna be fun. So we're gonna be doing all of that stuff. Did you like Flip That Sample? Did you like Surf That Wavetable? Those are gonna be reoccurring themes because like I feel like I have to come on here and like hang out and talk with you guys, even though not a whole lot of people watch right now. Because I feel like I'm serving the universe and serving humanity and serving the people I love, which is all of you. We love everyone. We love all humans on this planet. To be honest, if you ever listen to politicians and corporations that tell you that everyone hates one another, everyone hates groups of, no, that's bullshit. They want us fighting because if we're not fighting, we're learning, and when we're learning, we're realizing that we're being duped by everyone in the world. You know, the very people that are so high up that they exist beyond all of these structures that are like puppeteering the planet. That's why like they're all about censoring these days, is because now we're all figuring out their like fucked up games. And I've been talking about this stuff for 10 years, but now everyone's talking about it because everyone knows that we were duped beyond belief over the last 3 years, and that we've always been duped, and that like if it looks scary, it's just this has always been happening. It's just now we're all talking about it now. Now it's out in the open. So liberate your mind. I'm gonna quote Bob Marley right up in here. Liberate yourself from mental slavery. Liberate yourself from mental slavery. Only you can set your mind free. God bless yourself. Be easy to yourself. You're ascending to the next level of consciousness on the planet. Before you get to the higher dimensions, you know what they say, before you get to the higher dimensions, you can't bring your baggage with you. You know what I mean? Which is tough, so you got to drop it so you can rise. Think about yourself being a piece of cork. You know, you take a cork underwater, it wants to rise. It's its natural tendency, but when it's heavy, when it's loaded, you got to release some of the baggage so you can rise. I wish that for you. Let's grow, let's ascend together, and thank y'all very much. All is well.